Chris, just what did you see from your guys collectively tonight to dominate the way that they did on both ends?
You know, we've had some really, really good defensive efforts this year, but that has to be right up there with the best of them. On the ball, off the ball, the physicality, execution of the game plan, just, you know, doing it over and over and over and over again requires like a physical and a mental toughness. They had that. Yeah, I thought just really locked in on defense.
I think Rudy's absence did that even heighten everyone's awareness and focus, or what? How do you explain it without the best player on your floor defensively?
Well, listen, like, I mean, Rudy's driven a defensive culture here, and you know, I think it's a testament to, you know, to his impact, his presence, and what he's infused into the team on how important defense is and how great we can be when we play it. You know, that aside, we've always we expect to win no matter who's with us and who's not. And our guys truly believe that. And, you know, we're very, 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 very happy for Rudy, you know, extremely happy for him. And guys feel that way, but they're ready to go. It's just tweak a few things to the game plan and kind of just went at it.
Chris, you touched on it just a second ago, but what does it say about this team, the way they defended? Even when they're up 20, they're defending like it's a tie ball game. But just what does that say about the effort and dedication of this team?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we keep harping on. You know, it's been our identity all year. You know, little bit like smell blood in the water at times. You know, things kind of accelerate. You know, they tried to counter with extreme physicality on their drives. We were able to take that contact, stand them up. You know, fouled them a little bit too much in the second half, but other than that, I thought we fought them, and you know, that's what our guys do. And it's like anything else. When you see everybody else doing it, you know, you got to do it to the level that everyone else is doing it. So.
Chris, Carl seemed really decisive offensively from the jump. I'm curious your thoughts on that, and then also kind of Ant's willingness and ability to let Carl go and then take his spots. After that.
Yeah, Cat came out offensively, set the tone, and everything was quick, clean. Thought he played a really super clean game. You know, Ant got, you know, off to a little bit of a slower start, but I thought the two of them had one of their better like rhythm games in sync with each other than all season long, and even kind of really playing off each other at times in the first half. So.
Ant seemed to pick his spots. Chris, especially there was a sequence in the first half. There's a coast-to-coast layup in transition and then pulls the rip and scores at the bucket. He'd kind of done everything for you guys offensively the last 3 games, set a franchise record. Just what do you think about, you said rhythm game, but what do you think about how he executed offensively?
I thought he did a great job. I thought, you know, again, he finished pretty efficient, very efficient line, 11 for 17. And, you know, we expected more traffic around him tonight. And I think he was kind of feeling that out early to see how much it was going to be. We knew the early attacks would always be there because before they could get set heavy in the gaps, he did a great job of kind of exploiting those. And then I thought as the game went on and they started flipping matchups and flipping coverages, he really did a good job of just finding his teammates. We went through a period, I think we super tired. We didn't really score very much, but I thought we made a lot of really good plays in that period. And Ant was at the front of that. So,
like, he's gaining basketball fans by the game. Did you catch the shrug that he had when he had the 3 in the fourth quarter? People are saying it reminded them of Michael Jordan gets the plays.
No, I didn't catch that. So.
Switching defenses obviously had given you guys some problems in the past. They're not switching everything, but it does seem like, you know, whenever Ant gets a switch or Carl gets a switch, like they're being really assertive and turning that into an advantage. What do you think has caused that to where maybe they're just being more aggressive and smart about how to attack those types of things?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we worked a lot on switching coming into the Phoenix series because we knew we'd see a bunch of it, you know, both individually and as a team. So hopefully we formed some good habits that are still carrying over. it's about being super decisive when you have opportunity. I think anytime we get a chance or get stuck holding, we get in trouble there. Our cutting and our movement has been better off the ball to open up avenues to attack these switches when they are there. Just everything has been better with our speed, So.
Nas has improved dramatically this season on defense, but a lot of that has been like from the mid-range out to the perimeter. His defense in the paint tonight, particularly on Jokic, was a dramatic step up, it seemed.
Yeah, I thought it's been fun to watch him grow in that regard. I remember a game last year, when we played here and we didn't have Cat. We put him on, and he's kind of afraid to touch him a little bit, and Jokic had a big night, but just using his physicality, using his quickness, using his hands, just whatever he has to do to try to unsettle him, which is all you really can do until we can bring enough help. But yeah, it's activity defensively on him has been outstanding.
You mentioned Rudy kind of instilling a culture of defense here, and I'm wondering, on a night like tonight, is this emblematic of the kind of culture you just wanted to instill on this team since you got here, and maybe even since last year? The toughness, the defense, and not making excuses when a key player isn't here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for sure. Like, it's always been, got to compete at, had to learn how to compete, and then you got to learn how to always compete, and you got to learn how to compete at the high levels. And when you do that, you're always going to give yourself a chance to win, no matter who's available on your roster. And the goal has always been to put out a team that people like to cheer for. And that doesn't happen unless you play hard, and it usually doesn't happen unless you play defense and you share the ball. And we're doing all those things right now. So.
Hey, Chris, I don't know if you were aware, but when you guys were starting to pull away there in the second quarter, Jamal Murray was frustrated on the bench, and he threw a heat pack onto the court.
Yeah.
Contavious picked it up and tossed it off, and obviously there wasn't a technical call foul. But I'm wondering if you were aware of it and what you think of a player doing that.
Well, I didn't actually see it happen, but when it was explained to me, the referees didn't see it either, so they're not able to issue a technical unless they see it. We tried to impress upon them that there probably aren't many fans in the building that have a heat pack, so it probably had to come from the bench, which they found logical. But yeah, it's inexcusable and dangerous. And, I'm sure it was just a mistake and an oversight. I'm sure there was nothing intentional by the officiating at all, but certainly can't allow that to happen. So.
Chris, speaking of heat packs, when the team plays well like this, is that the best form of painkiller you can get right now?
Yeah, there's a lot of adrenaline surging through my body right now, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. But yeah, they've been great. Everybody's been great. So.
Chris, Nikhil said that he didn't feel like he had the best performance in Game 1. What did you think of his performance tonight?
Well, both he and Nas were outstanding off the bench. I thought Nikhil was great. I mean, at both ends of the floor, he made big shots. He came in, up the intensity on defense if that was possible. He did that. Stayed in the flow of the game. Kept his head about him when things were, a little chippy. And I thought he played great in Game 1. I really did, And Jaden McDaniels is playing great. He hasn't connected in the scoring column, but my God, he's at plus 26. The other day, he's a plus 23. He didn't have a bucket. He's got 5 points in the series, and he's a plus 50. It's not about how you score. It's about how you help your team win, and those guys are great examples of that. Thank you.
Test 1 2 3. Mic check. Test 1 2. Test 1 2 3. Okay.